Right.
I'll break it to you. Whatever the job description says and whatever they'll be doing will be completely unrelated. One,
Yeah.
okay, and then it will keep changing the moment
Every
you
three
do
months
it.
or every 3 year.
And for me, I was in Mu Sigma in the glory days of Mu Sigma. So in 2012, so I joined as a data scientist, and I very soon figured out that that job is not for me. 3 months in, I said I want to move, but they facilitated me moving into the sales team, and then I was able to do well in sales. Had I chosen a company that would give me only data science work at that moment, if I had figured out after 2 3 months that data science is not for me, either I would be working kicking myself every day, or I would be out in the job market searching for a job that does not exist. So that is what would have happened. So students saying that I want this specific role, I'm telling you, you go to I don't know how many people go to a broiler shop nowadays. You go and say you want 3 chickens, 2 kgs each. You see how they pick up chickens. That's how freshers are treated in industries. So no matter what they have done, so basically the we were like 15 people for Deloitte. Okay, get up 1 2 3 4 15. Okay, the next guy is like, no, my father works in Deloitte, it's all right, you sit down. So then it's like, okay, Walmart. Okay, now 20 people. One guy had gone for a break. That guy is not part of Walmart. He's like, boss, I have a retail store in Patna. So what? So you'll go into Sanofi. Like, okay. So that's how people were kind of segregated. So if people think that a project or doing something specially is going to get them a job like that, it is not. Unless you work with that company for 2 years, like we talked about, then probably you have a better chance of doing it. It's always the company first. Like there are people I'm sure in Vishwakarma who did not get computer science and IT, who joined as in ENTC department, and still will somehow get into the same companies that an IT or a computer science guy would get.
Right.
So they chose the college, not the course.
Course, yeah.
So in a company,
Same
again,
concept.
it's the same philosophy.
Hmm.
You join in a shitty company with a great role, it still be shitty. You join in a great company in a shitty role, the role will still be great.
That's why I asked, are you looking for a role or are you looking for a company? That's something you have to make your mind.
As we are sitting in Bangalore, and Bangalore is a Silicon Valley of India, and we are based out of Pune. So we always push our students to go to the metro cities like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, even Noida, to make their careers. And like hundreds of our alumni, they are there in Bangalore, Hyderabad, means every corner of the world. But that trend I see in the students, in the current students, Gen Z students, like they want to stick to their native city only. If the student is from Pune, you want to do job or career in Pune itself.
That's a personal
Yes,
choice. No,
there
I
is
don't think you
a
can do much
constraint
about
for
it.
the
Yeah.
relocation. So, but again, they wanted to make their career great, but they don't want to move from their native place.
I will
So,
tell
you
you.
say on
So,
that?
based on my interaction with the students, what I understood is that if you're going to give them a bare minimum package, okay, 5 6 lakhs, they're like, I'm very comfortable in my own city. I don't want to move out of my comfort zone. If you're going to give them an exorbitant salary, then they're willing to move anywhere, even to Uganda or Nigeria. So that's how I see students. I think there is a lot of things that people kind of diss about Gen Z. Gen Zs are very clear and they have options. We didn't have options when we started. So
But we
that
observe
is
that's not a student choice. Like that, that's their parents' choice.
because a parent is
They
somebody
are more
who
influential.
is not a part of the previous generation, who are themselves working in an IT company.
Uh,
And India is not solving third world problems anymore. India is solving first world problems. Parents are willing to foot the bill for 1 year, 2 years if he doesn't get a 60,000, 70,000 job right out of college.
See, in my view, there's nothing wrong if somebody wants to stay in their hometown, right? It's a personal choice. At the end of the day, you decide whether you want to be flexible on the location, you want to be flexible on the pay packet, you want to be flexible on the role, you want to be flexible on learning opportunities, you want to be risk taker or risk averse. All these factors come into play at the end of the day in choosing whether it is services, product, startup, large company, small company, banking, XYZ. So, in my view, it's all up to you. You have a lot of choices, as Gautam is saying right now, and you can pick and choose what you want. You can define your career path the way you want. If you don't want to work beyond 5 o'clock in the evening, there are roles available for that also. If you want to slog all night and become a superstar in the next 5 years, there are roles available for that also. We, at least in my time when I started 30 years back, we never had those kind of choices. So
Yeah.
we had to pick and choose whatever comes our way first, because there are 80 students who are writing that campus hiring, and out of that only 8 got selected. So you have to be in that 8 whether you like it or not. There's no other option. So, but things have changed significantly, so you can pick and choose. So I'm glad students have those opportunities to pick and choose. I'm glad students are thinking differently. I don't want this herd mentality to come in. Everybody is unique. Everybody has their own likes and dislikes, and let them choose their path.
So Vishwajit, on talking to students, right, what I figured out is that they are like, I don't want to leave my comfort zone for a salary that is not exorbitant. If it's outside of my comfort zone, then I need a salary that kind of is adequately pays me for the risk
Yeah,
I'm
that's
taking.
right.
The risk I'm taking. One. Second thing is that they are far more risk taking than what we all are. what I understood. They are like, we want to join startups. We don't want to join big companies. That is one thing that I observed in the key students. They are not looking for big companies. They want to work in startups. Second, I asked them, hey, if you take up a startup internship, at the end of the year, they may or may not give you a job. You will be losing out on all the big companies that are coming to your, campus. They said that's a risk worth taking.
Agreed.
It's a risk worth taking. I'm willing to go for it. So I believe, we are, we are underestimating the intelligence of the student.
Correct.
The student has complete knowledge of what they want to do. Only thing that they are overthinking, and parents are often well-intentioned people, but not well-informed people. Yeah, and there are a lot of emotions. Even if Srini is taking that decision for his son or daughter, he'd be much more emotionally involved and charged up than telling an advice to a third party. So that way, parents should stay out of career advice and leave it to the experts to do it. And then parents should always intend to focus on doing the right thing for their kid than giving them advice. Okay, I believe parents' advice should be disregarded in career choices.
And you can switch careers very easily in today's world, right?
Yeah, easily.
You're not stuck to one career all your life. I got stuck to one career all my life, and that is not the case anymore. Today you can start with digital marketing. You did like it. You want to be a programmer tomorrow. Day after you want to be an influencer. You can do anything and everything. There are so many opportunities outside. So in my view, parents should be an enabler. Professors and lecturers have a bigger say in this, in my view. So they should be an enabler in that. So we should stop straitjacketed thinking, conventional thinking. All these we have to throw out of the window and let the students decide what they want as long as they are in the right path. That's it.